Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call to order the Tuesday, February 9th of the year 2021, our House Insurance Subcommittee meeting to order. Madam Secretary, would you please engage your microphone and call the roll?
Representative Sapicki? Here. Hicks? Here. Kumar? Here. Lafferty? Here. Mitchell? Here. Rudder? Here. Smith? Terry? Here. Thompson? Here. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, and I'm present as well. Thank you very much. It's great to see perfect attendance on the first day of school, so thank you all very much. We are so honored to be on this committee. Today's committee will be somewhat informal in that I want to engage our committee members just to say hello and say a little bit about themselves, as well as introduce the folks that we're working with today. May not be the folks that we're going to continue to work with throughout session, but I want to introduce them to you as well and set the parameters and the expectations of the subcommittee as we go forward during this legislative session as well. I do want to introduce some of the fine folks we've got helping us in the room right now. Donna Ramby is with our TSLA, our archives, and this is her first one this year. Okay. Well, I was going to say your first ever. It was going to be a monumental thing. We were going to try to give you hard words if we were. So, Ms. Ramby, welcome so much. Thank you. We have Wayne Hawkins with us with the Sergeant at Arms group. This is Wayne's 7th year, he was telling me. We have with us today from Legal Services, Zach Brown. And I'll go ahead and tell the joke. He cannot sing. He's not the Zach Brown that sings. His wife does sing, though, he mentioned. So she does have a very good voice. Jamie Shanks will also be one of the committee attorneys who will be helping us out as well. John Gleason is our research analyst. John is helping us, and you may recognize John from years gone by. He does a good job. Anna Catherine White is with us to my far left from the clerk's office. And Shelley Adams is my legislative assistant who runs the show. If you need anything, clear it through her. If we could, just to introduce yourselves to the rest of the committee and to those watching on video stream, and maybe a little bit about your district. We all have things that we're proud of in our district, and we'd like to hear a little bit about that. Chairman Sapicki, we'll start with you to my right.
Thank you, Chairman Hawk. Scott Sapicki, District 64, which serves most of Murray County, southern middle Tennessee, about an hour south of Nashville. As you all know, home of Mule Day and home of the GM manufacturing plant down there. Very proud of that and that production facility down there, along with all the other businesses. And we have Spring Hill, Columbia City, and Mount Pleasant as our main cities in Murray County. Glad to be here, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chair Lady Rudder.
Hey there, I'm Iris Rudder. I serve the 39th District, which is Franklin County, Moore County, and a portion of Marion County. In my district, of course, in Moore County, we have Jack Daniels. In Franklin County, we have the University of the South. We have beautiful Thames Ford Lake, and we have a Nissan. And if you're driving through Whitwell, Tennessee, I don't think you'll ever find a more beautiful countryside. So I am so happy to be serving on insurance this year. Thank you.
Chairman Lafferty, you're recognized.
Representative Justin Lafferty. I represent the 89th District, which is mostly made up of the northwest corner of Knox County. Great place to live and raise a family. We don't have Mule Day. We don't have any Jack Daniels, but I might be able to find a little white liquor for you if you ever need any. It's the 89th District. I've been serving there now for just 2 years, starting my third, and it truly is a great place to live and work. So anyway, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And thank you. In that 89th District, you would think would be in West Tennessee, but it's certainly in Knoxville in East Tennessee. So Chairman Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Gary Hicks. I serve the 9th House District, which is Hawkins and Hancock counties. This is my 6th year here in the legislature and my first time being on insurance. So I'm certainly excited about this opportunity and excited to serve. Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. We'll go back to my right with Representative Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Dwayne Thompson, District 96, which is part of Shelby County. It includes the Cordova area and parts of Germantown, sort of on the eastern end. And, of course, it's part of the Memphis area, which has the greatest and the best barbecue in the world. As my colleague to my left tasted not long ago. My district is, you might think in an urban area, but it's actually, part of it is Shelby Farms, which is one of the largest urban parks in the country, 4,500 acres of woods and pastures and trails, and also AgriCenter International, which does a lot of research and experimentation on agriculture innovations, and lots of agribusiness there as well.
Great. Thank you so much. Representative Mitchell.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I represent the 50th District. That's the western swath of Davidson County. That's Goodlettsville, Jolton, and Bellevue. And we have the beginning of the Natchez Trace Parkway in my district, as well as the world-famous Loveless Cafe.
Think of them every Christmas when I get some gifts from the Loveless Cafe. Thank you very much. Our esteemed Chairman Kumar, Chairman of the Full Insurance Committee, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I represent District 66, which is Robertson County, immediately north of Davidson County. Our slogan is minutes from Nashville, miles from ordinary. Beautiful farmland, a lovely community, and I've been there, as everybody knows, for 43 years. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman, and congratulations. We had a conversation on the floor last night, and your retirement from medical practice, although I don't guess you ever stop being a doctor, you'll continue to have influence over people's health care for the rest of your life. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chairman Dr. Terry, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Representative Brian Terry, I represent District 48, which is the eastern half of Rutherford County. It is a pretty eclectic district, as I have some of downtown Murfreesboro. I have MTSU, have a lot of suburban areas, but also have a lot of rural areas like Las Casas, Milton, Christiana. And the monument for the exact center of the state of Tennessee is in my district. Happy to be on your committee.
Thank you so much. Chairlady Smith, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. And I'm House District 26, Robin Smith, and this is my third year to serve. And my district is represented a rural urban district from the Sequoia Nuclear Towers all the way downtown, having the holding the river, the Tennessee River, in its bosom, and then the beautiful pedestrian bridge that's so characteristic of Chattanooga, the National Medal of Honor Heritage Center, the aquarium, all the cool stuff that's downtown Chattanooga. It's a privilege to serve, but it's more importantly a privilege to serve the folks of Tennessee on this committee and solve problems. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It's great how we can draw those districts to have all the fun stuff in there. I think one of our former colleagues, Mike Turner, he'll be glad to hear his name, that he was able to draw in some of the professional athletic teams here in Davidson County into his district just to get the perks. And Opryland. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Hawk. I serve Greene County in our state legislature. It's an honor to serve. Hard to believe I'm beginning my 19th year. So it's my 10th term in the State House of Representatives. It's been an honor every step of the way. I'm from Greene County, and my House colleagues, when you walk into the main House chamber, the main door there on either side, you have two of Greene County's natives. You have Davy Crockett on the left going in, and you have Andrew Johnson on the right as you go in. And two of Greene County's favorite sons are looking over us as we do the work as we walk into the House chamber. So beautiful area of northeast Tennessee, of Greenville and Greene County. raising my two young daughters there. Hopefully, they'll keep me there as I grow old. So it's a great place to be. I do want to go over, and as we do this, I want to make sure that we understand we are all people here. We serve a great job for the state of Tennessee as our House of Representative members, but we're all human beings and we're people, and we are in this business to help folks ultimately, and that's what our goal is, to bring forth good policy. We will argue and we will debate and we will have spirited debate as we go forward with legislation this year, but that's part of the process, and ultimately we want to come up with good policy for you, for Tennesseans, to ensure that the most folks are taken care of in the best possible way. We have budget limitations to us, as Chairman Hicks knows. He serves as chairman of our subcommittee on finance and gets to say no a lot. We're going to say no some in this committee. We're going to say yes some in this committee, but that's part of it. So looking forward to some of the work that's ahead of us. We're going to have a challenging year as we partner with Chairman Kumar, Dr. Kumar, in the work on the full committee. I do want to set the parameters, and we started this. We were fortunate to be the first committee to begin operations this session during the organizational session, and it really felt good the way, and I'll use Dr. Terry as an example, the way Dr. Terry was able to carry on conversation with a proponent of a piece of legislation or an explainer of a particular piece of legislation. I felt good about that, and every committee will be different, and I will encourage you to work with your committee chairs, but I felt confident and comfortable with how that flow of information continued. I'm not going to ask you to ask to be recognized during every pause or between questions. If you get off base, I will ring you back in. If something feels somewhat disjointed, or if I feel like we're badgering someone, I will ring you back in. But I enjoyed and I appreciate the flow of information that we had going back and forth. If you could just look toward me, I'll give you a nod and say it's fine to continue. If something is not going as it need be, then I'll stop you. That's how it's going to be. Any questions of votes or decisions, will please come to the chair. If there's any disputes, and we have to bring in the parliamentarian, then we will bring the parliamentarian. But for the most part, I'm going to be fair and listen to all sides and all concerns as we go forward, almost to a fault. We want to get this right, so that's part of what we're doing here. I will mention that the Speaker has set forth some rules for subcommittees and committees this year. Historically, and I've done this as well, we'll have folks in the audience to come and answer questions or help us with a piece of legislation. In many regards, the complex issues that we deal with in this committee and other committees especially, we're not going to know everything about it, but the encouragement from the Speaker's office is to know your bill. But if you do have some potential issues that you know someone could explain better than you, there's going to be a 24-hour notice where if you are presenting a bill in this committee and for both committee members as well as folks expecting to present to this subcommittee, if you know that you're going to potentially have a question come up that there's going to be a challenge to explain, give me 24 hours notice, give Chairman Kumar 24 hours notice of the need to have that individual or that particular group, interest group, in the room and have them on the list to be called should an issue come up. This is inclusive of administrative contacts as well. So if there is an issue coming from the governor's administration, administrative liaison who we'll need to hear from, I will need a 24-hour notice from them as well that they would like to speak on a piece of legislation or about a piece of legislation. So 24 hours notice for anyone to speak other than the presenting legislator who is sponsoring the bill. Additionally, we are living in a world where we are masks and pins and things of that nature. We don't wear hats in here, but the request and one of the new rules that came about as well is that there will be no political statements on any paraphernalia that you may have on your person that could be seen on video stream or could be seen from the audience. that includes any writings on masks. You can certainly talk about, if your mask has something. My daughter's at school at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. I've worn a Tennessee mask on a couple of occasions. That's fine. And to the chagrin of one of my members to my right, even if it says, go Tennessee beat Alabama, I will allow that. To say Tennessee beat Bama, that's fine. But other political statements we probably will not allow. No comment. So just be prepared and be respectful. That's certainly what we ask. I'm sure I'm forgetting a few things that would need to be mentioned, but we'll talk some more about amendments being filed, when they need to be filed, what timely means. We'll talk about those as time goes on. But those are really the things that I wanted to bring out today that are a couple of new rules for the subcommittees and committees going forward. With that, any questions or comments from any committee members? Thank you so much. Seeing no comments or questions from any committee members, looking forward to a good year, and we will be adjourned.